I open the show, I assume.
You're opening the show? Okay. Headed
Well,
matches.
you get the main event because of War Games,
Okay, that is
and
true.
I don't have a War Games because I forgot that was a side stipulation at this pay-per-view.
Alright, go ahead.
Opening match is Damage Control, Asuka, Kyrie, Io, and Dakota versus kind of making you have this person. Charlotte, Bailey, Becky, and Saraya or Paige.
I think I do. I don't. Oh, unless she's under Page. But she's not. Okay. Top of fucking X. Alright, my match. 1-on-1. Randy Orton versus Jey Uso for the WWE Championship.
Look at Jay and Randy being the same overall.
Inspirational. Alright.
Do you want to go twice here, or do you want to?
Sure, I
Because you
guess.
have 6 matches to my 4, so
2-on-2. Bianca and Jade versus Naya and Tamina. Nobody's Mina for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship.
okay. Then 1-on-1, no holds barred.
Damn.
LA Knight versus Karrion Cross
Yeah.
for the United States Championship.
Damn, LA Knight's up to an 88.
Cross can't even fucking cross 80.
You to give him
They
matches
buried
and
my
let him
boy
win.
beforehand.
uh, they ring the freaking bell. Anyways, up next. Spoiler alert, the one I wrote the least for. Gunther versus The Rock.
What? The
For the
least?
for the for the Money in the Bank briefcase. All right.
What was that? Okay, sure. For some reason, that briefcase was vacant on my end, but it's fine. Um, how many matches you got left? 3?
One, two, yeah.
Okay. Then you can go again.
What do I want to do here? Do I want to go mid card or women's? Do you have another women's match? No, huh?
No, all my women are in that opening match.
Yeah, I figured. All right, mid card it is. Sheamus versus Trick Williams, 1-on-1 for the IC Championship.
A 90? Jeez.
91 for me. I've been putting in work with him apparently. Oh shit, I forgot to put the title on the line.
And then we have a 6-man tag. AJ Styles and the Good Brothers taking on CM Punk and Gallus.
CM Punk, CM Punk. Alrighty. Bless you. Did not do a good job of covering that if that's what you were trying to do.
I tried, but then I was like, I should have just muted the mic midway through. I just accepted defeat.
Alright. Next up, triple threat match.
Oh
Rhea
my god.
Ripley.
Are we really doing back-to-back triple threats?
Oh my god. Okay. Time to redo it. Time to redo it. Hold on. Alright, delete yours and then I'll replace Sheamus with Trick with that one. Alright.
So just flip them, put the triple threat where Trick and Sheamus is?
Yeah, so it's gonna
Okay.
be Rhea Bloody Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez versus Zelina Vega. Uh,
Okay. She's still
for the
champion. Good.
championship. That didn't do that for me either. Alright.
And
I
then
gotta add
Trick and Sheamus go here. Oh yeah, by the way, if you didn't, Cross and Knight is for the United States Championship. I think I said that though.
I did do that.
Okay. And then my triple threat, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Adrenaline in my soul. True. Can't believe I flew all the way to Scotland just to watch him lose. God damn it. And the main event, War Games. Let's go. 4-on-4 War Games.
Which have 4-on-4?
Huh?
Is it a 4-on-4?
Yeah, 4-on-4.
Okay.
We got the Undisputed Era versus the Judgment Day. So, JD McDonough, Adam Cole, Finn Balor. JD's down to a 69. Holy shit.
The 70 for me.
Uh, Adam Cole, Finn Balor, and Nakamura versus Damian Priest, Dirty Dom, Bad Bunny. Not Bobby Lashley, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, also automatically went to Bobby Lashley.
Austin Theory. I mean, the advantage technically is random, but it goes to the fuckers. I mean, it's not technically random. It goes to the Undisputed Era. If that even matters, which it doesn't. War Games. Bad Bunny, I'm sorry.
The man is about to get just thrown out. Just
I actually don't know if I wrote anything for Bad Bunny. Surely I
there
must
is
have.
no goddamn way you have a War Games match and Bad Bunny doesn't do something cool.
Okay, I do.
I feel like JD is might die during this match at some point. Like Priest goes for like his like razor's edge, but just chucks him from like one ring to the other.
Honestly, I didn't really focus on spots. I got like five. I was
Really?
like, yeah, I was like, all
Okay.
right, just most important bit is getting the story down. Cause I can't remember a goddamn single spot from Roman versus Kevin Owens at the Rumble, but I remember what happened in the story. It's fucking beautiful.
Are you talking about their last man standing match?
The Sami Zayn turns on
Oh,
Roman.
that one, that Rumble match. Okay, I was thinking of their other Rumble match where
They have
Kevin,
a trio of Rumble matches.
Kevin and him are in like a last man standing match, and Kevin gets ran over by a fucking golf cart during the match.
That was pandemic era, right?
Yeah, I think it was like at the end of the pandemic era.
I think they also had the Shark Cage, Chris Jericho in a Shark Cage match at the Royal Rumble.
They're destined to fight there forever.
Let's
I
go.
can't. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we see something between them at this Rumble.
It'll be it'll be Cody and uh KO. All right, I'm ready. Let's start this bit. You apparently got a lot to say.
Okay, we ready?
Yep.
Okay. Before the match starts, Becky, Bayley, and Charlotte stand at the bottom of the ramp and await their surprise partner. Paige's music hits, and she receives a massive reaction from the audience as she makes her way down for the match. To start the match, we have Becky and Io. The match gets along with plenty of action from both. The match starts with Becky and Io. From there, just kind of a standard bout for a while between both parties, just tagging out, everyone kind of getting a spot to shine. The first elimination of the match comes after some interference from Damage Control. Bayley goes to hit the ropes but gets tripped up by Dakota. Bayley turns around and is yelling at Dakota when Kairi Sane rolls her up and gets her feet on the ropes and pins Bayley just like their match a couple of weeks ago.
God damn it, Bailey.
Kairi celebrates the pinfall, but once she turns around, she gets caught into a manhandle slam from Becky Lynch and gets pinned
God
herself.
damn it, Kyrie.
Further on the match, we see Charlotte and Asuka battling it out. Charlotte goes to hit the ropes for a spear, but once again Dakota is outside to trip up Charlotte this time. Charlotte, now distracted by Dakota, gets put into an Asuka lock. Charlotte is still standing and rushes the corner, walks up and rolls back and pins Asuka while still put in the Asuka lock. So Charlotte eliminates Asuka. Um, Dakota rushes into the ring and immediately starts attacking Charlotte. Charlotte manages to fight out and attacks in Paige. Paige quickly takes charge of the match and eventually eliminates Dakota from the match. Now we see Io standing on the apron realizing she has to overcome a 1v3. After some back and forth, we see the referee get bumped by Io by we see the referee get bumped by Io throwing Paige into the ref. Io quickly takes down Paige and then goes to the outside. Io gets a kendo stick from under the ring and brings it back in and takes out both Becky and Charlotte before she just starts wailing away on Paige. As the beatdown with the kendo stick continues, Charlotte gets back into the ring and rips the kendo stick out of Io's hands. Io quickly drops to the mat and holds her head as the ref has gotten up and sees Charlotte holding the kendo stick and Io down. The ref disqualifies Charlotte from the match, assuming that she hit Io with a kendo stick. Becky has to calm down and irate Charlotte. During the time of her calming down Charlotte, Io goes up to the top and nails Paige with an over the moonsault and pins Paige. Becky realizes it's now a one-on-one and gets back into the ring. Becky and Io have a face-off in the center of the ring. They both seem quite tired as we're about here's the insane part. We're about 40 minutes into this match.
God damn, this pay per view is gonna go horribly long.
um, They brawl in the ring and have a steady back and forth for the next few minutes. We see Io go for a roll up and she puts her feet on the ropes. After a count of two, the ref realizes Io's feet and yells at Io that she can't do that. Io and the ref argue and Becky turns Io around to punch her, but Io ducks and Becky restrains herself before punching the referee. Io then goes for a roll up and gets a count of two before Becky transitions into a roll up of her own. She also gets a count of two. They both transition into different roll ups for a few pinfall attempts before just both standing back up and coming face to face again. They brawl yet again, then Becky hits a manhandle slam out of nowhere. Becky covers Io. One, two. Io gets her foot on the bottom rope. Becky seems so defeated by the fact that Io got her foot on the rope, but collects herself and picks up Io. As she gets Io to her feet, Io drops Becky back down and locks in a Koji clutch, which is just like a, I don't know how to explain it. You kind of have like your leg around somebody's neck and you're
Yeah, I know
reaching
what I
back.
am not a noob.
Sammy's move.
Okay.
Listen, sometimes I need to explain things. Um, find my place. There's a lot of writing. Becky is squirming on the ground. After some fight, she manages to make her way to the ropes. Io's so the hold has to break. Io is quick to capitalize on a worn out Becky though and goes up for a over the moonsault, but Becky rolls out of the way and sits in the corner. Io collects herself and then rushes to the corner to hit a Meteora on Becky, but Becky once again moves out of the way. Becky quickly makes her way to her feet now and picks up Io and nails her with yet another manhandle slam. Becky drags Io into the middle of the ring before she goes for the pin. Um, Drags her into the middle of the ring. Before she goes for the pin, she picks Io back up, hits her with one more manhandle slam, and covers her in the center of the ring. One, two, three. Becky, Charlotte, Bayley, and Paige win the match.
Come to Raw, Damage Control. We'll treat you better.
I wish they've been in like a hot storyline for like the past few months.
uh, all right, that
Io's
one
been
went.
treated like a star.
That one went over by too goddamn long.
The match went 50 minutes. It was scheduled for 20. Sorry, Randy and Jay, you were cut for time.
5 minute match right here. No,
Bell rings, RKO, match over.
honestly. Um. All right, Randy's in the ring. Jay's music hits. No nonsense. He just runs to the ring and just starts beating Randy down right away. Before the match even starts, they brawl all around the ring. Jay blasts Randy with a chair multiple times. It's clear that he just wants to make Randy feel pain. He doesn't care about anything else anymore. Jay's about to swing another time when Randy thinks fast to seize a perfect opportunity for a low blow. He once again he hits it and wastes no time going on offense. He grabs the steel steps and rushes Jay. Randy finally throws Jay into the ring after he beat him down. The match officially starts. Randy wants the punt. Uh, Randy hits the punt kick right away. One, two, kick out. Randy is in disbelief and he starts to go to work on Jay even more. He is a Samoan after all. His skull is stronger than a non Samoan. The match continues. Jay goes back into it. We're already going to rush into the closing sequence here. Jay goes for a super kick. Randy ducks. Ref gets hit. Randy goes for an RKO, but Jay throws him off. Jay goes for a clothesline, but Randy hits his power slam. Randy starts to set up for a punt. Jay dodges out the way, hits a super kick, climbs to the top rope. Randy gets up, rushes Jay, and is able to hit yet another low blow. With Jay at the top rope, Randy gets up there with him and he hits an avalanche RKO. The ref finally gets to his feet. One, two, three. Randy is a 16-time world champion.
Like Randy has been getting some coaching advice from one Eric Figueroa in the back.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it just makes sense, man. You go straight for the balls whatever fucking Steve said.
Back to our boxing fucking strategies. To the
Yes.
balls, to the balls.
All right. Back to back for Raw here. Uh, Jade starts the match off like they have agreed to. She's more than holding her own, you know. She's taking everything Tamina and Nia are throwing at her and dealing as much damage as possible. Nia and Tamina are tagging in and out rapidly. Isn't even looking at her own corner. She's trying to win this without tagging Bianca to prove that she's the best. This is all working until Jade goes to pick up Nia on her shoulders. She gets her up for a few seconds, and suddenly her back gives out. She falls to a knee. Nia quickly capitalizes and attacks her back. She hits a Samoan drop, picks her back up, hits another one, and then another one. Jade is lying face down at this point. Nia steps both feet on Jade's back for a solid 10 seconds. Then she sets up Jade near Nia's corner, tags in Tamina. Tamina hits her splash. She goes for the pin. One, two, kick out. Tamina climbs up and hits it again, but she's not done. She picks up Jade for a power bomb, tags in Nia. Nia hits an annihilator. One, two, kick out again. Naya's in shock. She starts arguing with the ref that they counted slow. Using this to her advantage in a move of desperation, Jade gets up as fast as she can and pushes Naya into a turnbuckle, shoulder first. Jade instantly collapses again. She starts crawling for the tag. She's almost there. Tamina rushes in. Tamina just runs in to stop it. She grabs Jade's leg and pulls her back. Jade spins, throwing Tamina out the ring. She goes for the tag again. Nia quickly jumps in front of her this time. Nia throws a punch. Jade ducks, hits Nia with a super kick. Jade jumps for the hot tag. She's finally free to get a rest after all of this abuse she's taken. Except she's not. Right when she's about to get the hot tag, Bianca jumps off the apron. Jade is looking at Bianca confused. Her face is saying, "Why?" Bianca just has a stone cold face on her. Nia gets up, carries Jade, hits another Samoan drop. She throws Jade into position for another annihilator. She hits it. She goes for a second time, hits it, and then a third in a row. One, two, three. After Nia and Tamina leave, Bianca enters the ring once again. She's crouching next to Jade, who's just laying there. We hear her say, "I just want you to know that you did this to yourself." She picks up Jade, hits a KOD, picks her up again, hits another one. She whips her with her hair a few times, leaves the ring, clears the announce table, military press slams Jade out of the ring, drags her body to the announce table, hits another KOD, the table breaks, and Bianca leaves.
Well then,
Look like the powers have exploded.
did did Tamina ever enter the match?
Yes.
She did. I felt like I just constantly heard Nia Samoan drop, Annihilator, Annihilator, Samoan
Uh,
drop, Annihilator.
no, I said she tagged in Tamina. Tamina hit her splash. She went for the pin, 1-2, kick out.
Gotcha. Sure, she was in the match for like 5 minutes.
Yes. It's fucking Tamina. What do you expect? Anyways, continue. It's your turn.
Listen, nobody's Mina. Tamina.
All right.
We move on to LA Knight versus Karrion Kross for the United States title. Once the bell sounds, the two men immediately rush in and start brawling one another. They brawl through the ropes and onto the floor where they still continue to just brawl. The brawl finally ends when Kross shoves Knight into the barricade. Kross takes a moment to collect himself, but that moment was too long, as when he goes to continue the attack, Knight goes for a BFT. Kross fights out of the BFT and hits. Kross fights out of the BFT and hits Knight with a German suplex into the apron. Cross then starts to go for some weapons to work on the back of LA Knight. He gets a chair, kendo stick, and a trash can. He takes a few minutes just attacking Knight's back with different weapons. Cross then gets a table and sets it up in the corner of the barricade. Cross takes a moment to taunt the crowd. When he turns around, he gets speared through the table and barricade by Knight. Knight slowly makes his way to his feet and picks up Cross. He takes him over to the announce table and bounces his head off the table. Knight then clears off the announce table, goes under the ring and grabs a bag. He dumps the bag at. He dumps out the bag. He dumps out the bag on the announce table to reveal it was a bag of thumbtacks. He then brings the steps over to the table and brings Cross up the steps and sets him up for a power bomb. Cross fights out of it and picks up Knight and hits him with an F10 on the table that's covered in thumbtacks. Knight goes crashing through the table. Cross then brings Knight back into the ring and picks him up and taunts before locking in the sleeper. As Cross gets one arm around Knight, he gets caught with a BFT out of nowhere.
Oh
Knight
yeah.
rolls Cross over and covers him. 1, 2, 3. The title reign of Karrion Cross is over.
The reason I laughed there is it sounded like you were about to say he goes crying through the table.
Crying through I mean, honestly, if you got like F10'd onto just a bunch of thumbtacks through a table, it probably wouldn't feel that good.
It would not.
Just the front of your body just coated in thumbtacks.
Crying. Uh, all
Sadly,
right.
I came to the end of that Karrion Cross like 6 month title reign of the United States Championship.
Uh, all right. The shortest thing I wrote. Gunther's not joking around this time. The match starts with one of the loudest Gunther chops we have ever heard, and that sets the tempo for the match as we see him hit a record 30 chops on the Rock. I think that's a record. Fuck it. Record 50
Probably.
chops on the Rock. It takes everything he has and more to get rid of the outside interference. But Gunther's able to get the win, leaving Rock's chest looking like he got mauled by a bear. Gunther wins, retains his money in the bank. Gunther. Oh shit, back to back. Oh shit, wrong one. I forgot I had to switch them around. All right, second one I wrote the least for. Second least. All right, crazy match, non-stop action. Raquel's trying her hardest to get at Rhea. Meanwhile, Zelina is trying her hardest to get at Raquel. Rhea's just going after everyone. She wants to prove she's better than both of them. Zelina sets up a table on the corner. She turns around uh to just get out. Okay. Autocorrect. Fuck me there. She turns around just to get put through it by Rhea. Raquel hits a massive power bomb onto the apron on Rhea. Okay, I don't know how. Fuck it. Zelina hits a code red to the announce table on Raquel. Zelina goes for a code red in the ring on Raquel. She hits it. Rhea comes up from behind, hits Zelina with a riptide. She picks up Raquel for the. Oh, shit. Okay, restart. My bad. I got interfered. IRL. Alright, I'm restarting the whole thing. Crazy
Okay.
match, non-stop action. Raquel is trying her hardest to get at Rhea. Meanwhile, Zelina is trying her hardest to get at Raquel. Zelina is going after everyone. She just wants to prove she's better than both of them. Did I say Zelina? I meant to say Rhea. Anyways, Zelina on the table. Sets up the table on the corner. Fuck, this match is cursed. She turns around just to get put through it. Just to get put through it by Rhea. Raquel hits a massive powerbomb onto the apron on Rhea. Zelina hits a code red through the announce table on Raquel. Zelina goes for a code red in the ring on Raquel. She hits it. Rhea comes up from behind and hits Zelina with a riptide. She then picks up Raquel for a riptide and hits it. She does her freaky pin on both of them at the same time. One leg on each of their legs. I don't know if that makes sense. Her little freaky pin where she puts their legs all the way on the ground. I don't know if that makes sense. Whatever. Real wins. Cursed ass match.
Okay. I like how so far in that middle of the card, the table got broken in what, like three straight matches?
We got Spanish announce table. We got the regular announce table. We added a German announce table specifically for this match. For this
Sure, I'm leaving in
pay per
like
view.
half an hour.
All right.
Okay. Okay, we move on to the OC versus the Rebel Society. AJ Styles and CM Punk open the match and just pace. Okay. Okay. We'll restart that since I went nowhere with it. AJ Styles and CM Punk open the match and just pace the ring around one another before locking up. The two put on a clinic for a few minutes before AJ tags out to Luke Gallows. CM Punk and Luke Gallows both have history with one another and do some trash talking before Punk makes the first move. Gallows quickly flips the switch and beats down Punk until Punk manages to tag out to Joe Coffey. Despite the height difference, Joe Coffey still holds his own against Luke Gallows. The two men brawl for a bit uh, until Luke gets Joe into the corner with AJ and Anderson. Luke then distracts the ref to give his teammates a chance to beat down on Joe. Mark gets into the ring to try to help, but the ref holds him back. As the beatdown continues, Punk makes his way around the ring on the outside and pulls AJ off the apron. AJ and Punk get into a pushing match. Soon everyone is outside the ring pushing and shoving until Joe Coffey comes flying through the ropes and takes out everybody. After a bit, everyone has recollected themselves. Uh, Joe Coffey and Mark Gallows, Jesus, Joe and Gallows tag out to Anderson and Mark Coffey. They have a standard bout until Punk gets bumped off the apron by Styles. Oh, I didn't change that. Did I change that? Tag out to, sorry, tag out to Styles and Mark Coffey. They have a standard bout until Punk gets bumped by Styles. Then all hell breaks loose again, and Punk gets into the ring. Everyone else joins him, and it becomes a huge brawl. Punk and AJ are just brawling in the ring. Gallus and the Good Brothers have started to brawl on the outside. Back in the ring, we see Punk throw AJ over the ropes, but AJ holds on. Punk, thinking he has a moment to recover, turns around and is caught with a phenomenal forearm. AJ goes for the cover. 1, 2. Punk barely manages to get his shoulder up before 3. Gallus see that Punk almost got pinned, and this moment of distraction is enough for the Good Brothers to take advantage. And um, Jesus, God, and throw Gallus into the crowd. The Good Brothers are now about to make their way back into the ring when Gallus quickly pop back up and drag Gallus and Anderson into the crowd with them. The two teams are now brawling throughout the crowd and up through the steps. Back in the ring, AJ has been beating down Punk and is looking for a Styles clash, but Punk manages to fight out and attempts a quick pin, but AJ kicks out. As Punk and AJ fight in the ring, Gallus and the Good Brothers have made their way into the concession area. Gallus throws the Good Brothers into the kitchen. Gallows gets up and ducks a pain from Joe Coffey and laughs in his face and says, "Not this time." As he is laughing at Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey nails Gallows in the side of the head with a pan of his own. Um, Gallus then make their way back to the ring as the Good Brothers have been taken out in the concession area. In the ring, we see AJ and Punk both trying to go for their finishers, but keep fighting out of them. After a bit of trying, they both just start throwing fists and kicks. AJ seemingly gets the advantage and goes for the phenomenal blitz. He connects, but when he turns around, he is nailed by a discus clothesline from Mark Coffey. Joe and Mark Coffey pick up CM Punk, and Punk picks up AJ and nails him with the GTS. As AJ hits the mat, he sits back up for a moment, and Mark Coffey hits the ropes and nails Styles with a drive-by forearm to the side of the head. Mark then covers AJ Styles. 1, 2, 3. The Rebel Society win.
All right. I feel like we've been going for a while already, so I'm just gonna say
It's been a
recent
minute.
gameplay. Kept getting fucked up. What should have been a minute turned into like 5 for mine.
It's just a lot of reading, so I keep stumbling over my words.
All right.
I guess I can increase the size of this to help me read it better. That works.
All right. Here we go. Sheamus must have really pissed off Trick because he comes out the gate swinging. Sheamus looks outclassed in this match. He's constantly on defense. He's able to hit some big moves here and there, but he's mostly just taking hits. It looks like Trick is about to pull it off. He starts setting up for the trick shot when out of nowhere, Carmelo Hayes music hits. Trick's eyes light up. He looks towards the ramp with a smile on his face. Melo comes out slowly, looks around, then rushes to ringside. Michael Cole says, "We haven't seen Melo since the end of June." Trick is smiling. Uh, Melo's like encouraging him from the ringside. Sheamus is getting up. Trick's focus goes on Sheamus. He starts running towards Sheamus for the trick shot, but Melo sweeps his legs out from under him. He's on the ground, looks at Melo with confusion. Trick gets up and eats a brogue kick. Sheamus picks him up, hits white noise, picks him up again, hits another brogue kick. Sheamus gets the win. After he leaves, Melo enters the ring and starts beating down Trick with chair shots. Ugh, for chair shots. He hits his finisher on him, and when he's done, he takes off his jacket, revealing an undisputed era armband.
I like that.
Woo!
Oh, that. So JD is just taking so many bumps. The other four, it, that's a good team. Okay, we move on to the World Heavyweight Championship match between Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, and Drew McIntyre. The bell rings and Drew immediately nails Sami with a claymore. He goes for the pin, but Cody breaks it up. Drew and Cody then stare off in the middle of the ring as Sami rolls to the outside. Drew and Cody exchange blows for a bit until Drew catches Cody with a headbutt. Drew then backs up and sets Cody up for a claymore. Cody gets up and gets caught with the claymore. Drew then covers Cody. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre is now up 1-0 on both Sami and Cody.
I forgot about it. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match. I was about to put Drew to win already. I was like, God damn, that was quick.
um, Drew then grabs Cody's face and yells at him that he should already be through with him and he should be walking out with this world title. As Drew is yelling at Cody, Cody quickly rolls him up into a small package and gets a 3 count of his own. The score is now Cody and Drew 1, Sami Zayn 0. Drew seems beside himself as Cody has started to gather himself after taking the claymore and headbutt. They charge at one another and brawl in the center of the ring, but Sami has recovered and dives off the top rope and crossbodies both of them. Sami starts beating down on both men for a bit until he starts to focus more on Drew. Cody rolls out of the ring during this time to take a bit to recover. Sami is just continuing his assault on Drew and gets him in position for a haluva kick. Sami charges in, but Drew explodes out of the corner and nails Sami with a second claymore. Drew then goes for the cover. 1, 2. Cody barely makes it in the ring to break up this pin. Cody is on the attack now against Drew. Cody, after having the advantage for a bit, goes for after having the advantage in the match for a bit, he goes for a Cody cutter. But as he turns in the air, Drew catches him out of the air with a future shock DDT. Before Drew can cover Cody, Sami throws Drew out of the ring and pins Cody. 1, 2, 3. They are all now tied at 1 fall each. Drew looks furious on the outside and drags Sami out by his feet. Drew is beating the hell out of Sammy and throws him over the announce table. As Drew is about to make his way to Sammy, he gets pounced by Bronson Reed, who has just come charging from ringside out of nowhere. Uh, Drew looks like he doesn't even know what hit him as Bronson just lays an assault on Drew. He eventually heaves Drew over the barricade onto the concrete floor. As Bronson makes his way back to Sammy, he gets cut off by Wade Barrett, who has gotten up off of commentary. After some berating, Bronson picks up Wade and power bombs him through the announce table. Sammy is against the steel steps, cheering on Bronson when from the ring Cody does a suicide dive to Bronson on the outside, but Bronson just catches him. Bronson drives Cody back into the apron, and Sammy gets up and starts attacking Cody. Both men are just beating down Cody when out of nowhere Ricochet comes flying over the top rope and takes out both Sammy and Bronson. Ricochet starts the attack on Bronson when Drew and Wade get back into the action and decide to join Ricochet. Sammy attempts to stop this, but Cody takes Sammy's attention and just brings him back into the ring to brawl. Ricochet, Wade, and Drew all beat down on Bronson until they get him set up against the barricade. All three men spear Bronson through it at the same
Oh
time.
my.
As they get up, Wade and Ricochet get a bit chippy with one another and start brawling. Um, Drew helps for a bit until he has to rush back into the ring to deal with Cody and Sammy. Wade and Ricochet brawl their way to the back. Back in the ring, we see all three men staring off for the first time since the bell rang, and all three men start brawling. We eventually see Cody and Sammy both throw Drew out of the ring and both hit him with a suicide dive at the same time. Cody and Sammy then make their way back into the ring and trade blows. We see Cody get Sammy into the corner and goes to rush at him, but Sammy catches Cody and hits him with an imploder suplex into the corner. Cody crawls his way back up to a standing position in the corner. As he gets to his feet, Sammy nails Cody with a haluva kick. Sammy catches Cody before he falls to the mat and sets him up for another haluva kick. Sammy rushes back, bounces off the opposite turnbuckle, runs at Cody, nails him with a second haluva kick. This time he lets Cody collapse. Sammy covers Cody. One, you see Drew attempt to get back into the ring, but his foot is being held onto by Bronson Reed. Two, Drew is trying everything to fight out of this as he watches Sammy get the pinfall over Cody. As the ref hits three, due to Bronson Reed helping out, Sami Zayn has won the World Heavyweight Championship, pinning Cody Rhodes.
Cody, Cody Rhodes, Cody, Cody Rhodes. Just chaos, pure chaos. Well, all right.
And to the main event of the evening.
War games. All right. Nakamura starts off with Bad Bunny, typical stuff to start the match. JD comes out next. Before he gets in the ring, he looks under it, grabs some kendo sticks and chairs, and throws them in. They start teaming up on Bunny. Next out, the Judgment Day decide to throw in Priest to help overpower Nakamura and JD. He's able to take Nakamura off Bunny. Finn is out next. Before he jumps in, he throws in two tables. He goes straight for Priest. Priest is able to handle both Nakamura and Balor for a few minutes before they just overtake him. Theory comes out next, ready to attack Balor and get his hands on him once more. Obviously, next is Adam Cole, and followed by Dom. Now, here are a list of 5 spots. Nakamura hits the fucking inverted exploder suplex on Dom on the middle grate, connecting the two rings. JD put in between both rings, uh, hanging on both of their middle ropes, uh, like his shoulders on one edge.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Dom hits a frog splash on him in that position. All right. Bad Bunny and Adam Cole are on the top rope, trying to hit each other with a Canadian destroyer. Cole throws a hard punch. Bunny ducks, kicks Cole in the balls, and hits it off the top turnbuckle onto a chair. Canadian destroyer off the top turnbuckle onto a chair. Uh, Theory gets hit with an unprotected. Oh no, he doesn't get hit. Theory hits an unprotected chair shot to Finn's head. That's rare nowadays. Very rare. Next, Priest is able to hit JD with the South of Heaven off the middle rope. All right, final sequence here. Adam and Priest are the only ones standing. Priest starts their cornered Cole next to the two tables that are positioned right next to each other. Cole, in panic mode, decides to start climbing the cage. Priest follows after him. Cole starts to climb to the outside. Uh, when Rhea's music hits, he then starts to climb up as she comes running down the ramp. Priest grabs him by the throat, pulls him up, and hits him with the South of Heaven off the top of the cage to the two tables at the bottom. As Priest starts to celebrate at the top, he turns around to eat a shotgun drop kick onto the cable wire that lifts the cage. It's Finn Balor. He picks up Priest, hits a 1916 on the top of the cage. Rhea starts climbing the cage. Finn looks at her and smiles. He waves goodbye. Rhea is about halfway up when she gets pulled off the cage by Mello. Rhea focuses on Mello for a second. Mello just smiles, putting his hands up, and points to Rhea's left. Rhea looks and gets blasted with another unprotected chair shot to the head. That's two in one match. All right. Uh, Unprotected chair shot to the head by someone in the hoodie. She takes off the hoodie to reveal none other than Roxanne Perez. She smiles and starts unloading on Rhea, yelling, "You thought I was done with you? I'm not the same person. I'm not the same person I was last time you beat me." At this point, Finn focuses on the task at hand. He throws Priest off the top of the cell into the ring. From the top of the cage, Finn launches himself with a coup de grace on Priest. The ref counts to three. Mello and Rox enter the ring. Adam Cole gives Rox the Undisputed Era armband. The Undisputed Era pose in the ring. Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, JD McDonough, Adam Cole, Carmelo Hayes, and Roxanne Perez.
What a team.
Fully fucking loaded.
Charlotte was screwed in this situation. It's just, Charlotte had to leave her brand just for the person that cost her job on Raw to be exactly like how she wanted her to be.
And that's the beauty of it.
So is JD there strictly just get his ass beat every week?
Yes.
Because like that's a pretty good team of like Adam Cole and Finn Balor. Shinsuke is like your middle of the card guy, but definitely holds his own presence. Carmelo is like the young up and comer. Then Roxanne is in the same boat.
I did a great job building this team.